Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres, and today I am at the Hard Rock Cafe Casino in Hollywood, Florida. This amazing casino. The Deal Flow guys are putting on this amazing conference called the Pipes Conference, and my guest is Brandi. Brandi, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so a fellow host. I understand you're a host. You're also have your own another company as well. We're going to get into both of those, but first, I just got to ask, what brings you to the conference?
Okay, well, I was invited to come here. We're in Florida. We're close to everything. Miami's just around the corner, and we're doing a lot of business and crypto. And so one of my clients, we have the Passive Crypto Fund, which is helping people really go to the next level, helping them be in the regulation area, which is it's not always known to be regulated. So I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah. So far, tell us, for those that couldn't attend the conference, how are you having fun? Like, tell me about the conference. What have you liked so far?
You know, I have a Web3 background. I've been in crypto since 2009. I'm a bit of a I don't look like a grandma, but I am. We talked a little bit about Yes3 Network, which is Yes3O. That is my podcast. I do similar things that you're doing, which is to help accelerate the literacy around Web3. And so being here, which is very Web2.
Yeah.
And I had to kind of shift my consciousnly about, well, what are we really doing here as Passive Crypto Fund? Are we here to educate, or are we going to be tone deaf? So you asked me about how is it going so far. I think there's a lot of opportunity to educate the people who are here. You know, this conference is mostly about listing and having the pipes really funnel into regulators and making sure that the stocks are marketed and getting people onboarded. I think we're going to see a big shift. That's what I think we're in the right location for that. Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit more about your show. So Yes3 Network.
Yeah. So Abundance and Wealth with Brandi Vale. So Yes3 means not your home, not your workplace, but in your third place. And I love that Mission Matters has the mission that matters. I got started thinking we could change the world with impact and impact finance. And I quickly realized that's not true. It's a great idea. So I said, well, let's talk about it, and let's get the founders of these startup Web3 companies, the tech companies, to really talk about who they are, what they're doing, and why them, why now. And so we do this on a regular basis every week, and support them.
And you mentioned your company that I believe one of the funds that is here, you're representing them, and that's one of your clients. Like, talk to me a little bit more about what you do for clients and like how you help them get there, how you help them get out there.
Yeah. So one of my gifts is to have a very broad view of the programming. What are we going to do in a regulated context for a crypto asset? Not a lot of people understand crypto, so we're really early on. I've been in it in order to see what's going to work and what's not going to work. So I do investor relations. We do investor PR. We're able to establish the story to educate a new audience. And so that's what I'm doing right now with Passive Crypto Fund. There are a lot of other spinoffs, like courses, right? Mainstream courses. That's not a crypto thing. It's no tokenomics to it. It's just education. So we'll take that brand and we'll accelerate that through our fintech PR company, Yes3O Network. And, we think this attracts a lot of investors, people who are curious. We educate them along the way. We build trust. And this is what I think a solid company would look like in the future.
What's your favorite part about working in the crypto space?
The radical science and behaviors. Oh my gosh. Because we're all dreamers, right? We had to come from somewhere that said we want to do better for the world. And unfortunately, our monetary system has not really sustained the American public, or actually the international public. If you look at poverty around the world, one of my favorite places to go and educate is India, because I see there's such a
So you travel to India to educate on crypto?
I do.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I've been in the space, like I said, for quite a while. So I've made some powerful relationships. a few of them to mention are diplomats, and those diplomats want to know. They want to know who's on the ground and who's talking about what. And I just happen to be in Dubai speaking on stages. A little bit about my background is I've always been a producer. I've always had tech in my world. I was one of the first venues online, women in tech. And I just saw an opportunity, and one of it was my vision for helping. So education, learn and earn, which led me to P2E, which is play to earn. I became the CMO for a games guild in India, and that's how my leg up occurred. So people started seeing, they were curious, and they wanted me inside their sandbox, pick my brain, make introductions. I'm still doing the same thing. I'm having fun.
So I don't get out much. So I'm in the US mostly. So I'm curious, like other markets, whether it's India, Dubai, otherwise, like how what some of the views on crypto. Like you just have a different vantage point than me. So and many of my audience who maybe aren't traveling over to many different countries as well. Like what are you seeing? Like are people excited?
I don't know if you saw crypto right now, not to date this episode, but I will say
we're recording it today is what is today? November, let's call it November 14th. There you go. So we'll date that. We won't take that out. So as of November 14th, go ahead.
We're in a bull run right now.
Yep.
And the bull run essentially is we're going to see these waves of big shifts. We hit 93,000 and from the time I looked at my phone in the morning, 4 hours later, we had gone up 10,000. And so it's a volatile market if you know what you're doing and you understand trading. But if you don't, you want to just be a hodler. You want to be able to stay with the flow. I think we're going to see real soon 120. You know, they say to the moon. I'm on the ground in Puerto Rico. I have a lot of really good friends who've been in crypto. Brock Pierce is one of them. Michael Turpin. I have a Web3 conference called Web3 Consortium in UAE. So we focus on impact projects. I have a moon project. We just finished. We had the first 222 artists go to the moon on a disc, a nickel disc.
You are busy. You are busy.
I'm a strategist. So to me, all this connects. If you see where we're headed, we're just on a scale of 1 to 10, we're at a number 2. We're at 2. So, you know, space travel is the obvious. We were with Space Blue and Lunar Galaxy. And we were able to bring 222 artists on this nickel disc that will last billions of years.
Wow.
Etched on this disc. People ask me, so did the art go there, the physical art? And it's a disc, so we can project it there. All the IP lives there. We have a music catalog with, you know, Michael Jackson. We have Eric Clapton. We have some of the biggest names in music on the lunar music side.
Wow.
So, you know, we're doing it again. Every week we're on Twitter Spaces. So we use Space Blue _club and Brandi Vale. And also Bit Angels. We have a whole group of startups that come and pitch. And so we're looking for projects that can accelerate, I like to say, the consciousness on this planet, which ultimately leads to technology and data. So I'm a busy woman, but I'm mostly a visionary.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you one thing, Brandi. I'm so happy to have met you. It's so interesting. You're doing a lot of things that I know I'm going to continue to hear more and more about your work now that we've spoken. That's kind of the way the universe works, I think.
Yes,
after we've spoken, then I'm like, oh, I know Brandi. What's she doing now? Like, this is amazing. I love it. So I'm excited to continue to follow your work myself. If my audience, if they want to follow and learn more about your projects, your company, anything else, how can they do that?
Sure. You can go to brandivale.com. I'm sure our post will be in the bottom. Be sure to follow us. We have amazing events coming up in Art Basel. Art Week is coming up at the end of beginning of December, the 2nd through the 5th. Come out, ask me questions. Love to tell stories. Love to do interviews. If there is an entrepreneur out there that's in tech, Web3 specifically, blockchain, I'd like to hear from you if you're making a difference in the world.
That's awesome. And for everybody that's watching, just so you know, we'll put the links in the show notes so that you can just go out and head right on over and check out Brandi's work. Oh, the podcast, one more time. You can't leave that. Go see the podcast. So Yes3 Network, let them know how to find that too. Is that all on the website, I'm guessing?
Yes3network.com.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes3network.com. See, forgot one over me. I mean, come on, we got want everybody to go check that out. And speaking of the audience, if this is your first time with Mission Matters and you haven't done it yet, make sure you hit that subscribe or follow button. This is a daily show. Each and every day, we're bringing you new content, new ideas, and hopefully new inspiration to help you along the way in your journey as well. So again, hit that subscribe or follow button. And Brandi, thank you so much for coming out. It was an honor to meet you.
Yes, thank you so much.